Estoy en... Hola a todos, bienvenidos a mi vlog. Hoy estamos en Nueva York y me he tardado como 1 hora y pico en llegar desde el Bronx hasta Manhattan. Ahora voy a ir a un tour y vamos a ver qué nos da este primer día en Nueva York.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the tombstone of Alexander Hamilton, my favorite founding fathers. You don't know what he looks like? He's such an important man, he's on our currency. He's one of the authors of the American Constitution. He's a very accomplished man. He's one of my favorites for this reason alone. He was not a slaveholder. The early American founding fathers, most of them were slaveholders. Jefferson had hundreds of them. Washington, they all had slaves, not him. He arrived here from the Caribbean, from the island of Nevis. He arrived here as an orphan and a bastard. He experienced the evils of the slave market in the Caribbean. So by the time he arrived here as a teenager to study at King's College, he was already a committed anti-slavery guy. He was General Washington in the War of Independence as Chief of Staff. And he said something that Mr. Byrd found offensive, and they challenged him to a duel. Now the custom wasn't dueling, was you shoot over each other's head. You didn't shoot to kill. It was a gentleman thing. Okay? He shot to miss. Mr. Byrd shot to kill, shoots him in the belly, he bleeds to death the very next day. Now, one of the recurring things in my tours all the time is nothing good ever happens in New Jersey.
Acabamos de ver la tumba de Alexander Hamilton. Estamos en la Trinity Church si quieren venir a visitar eso.
This is a memorial, the Fireman's Memorial, in honoring the 343 firemen who died here on 9/11. Number 1 is the world's 3rd tallest building, surpassed by the Burj Khalifa in Dubai. There's another building in Malaysia. The total height of feet is 1,776, 1776. Symbolic number for Americans, the year of American independence, which is why they wanted to call it the Freedom Tower.
Aquí lo pueden ver. Memorial.
A few minutes later, this tower begins to crumble, and you're like, am I seeing this? Two thoughts right away. Our lives will never be the same, and they haven't. For 5 years after the event, New York City is debating what to do with this. Some people say, you can't build anything here. It's sacred ground. And other people say, no, you have to build it all back the way it was. If not, the terrorists win. Silly argument. What they did was they pretty much split that baby right down the middle. Half of the area is used for commemorative, the memorial, and the museum. The other half is used for commercial activity. So pretty much when they originally built the towers, they tried to build these towers in a very different way. The first time they tried this anywhere in the world, it was called tubular construction. Tubular. Normally when you put up a skyscraper, you put up a steel framework of columns, beams, carrying the weight of the building down to the foundations. The towers were built totally different. It was called tubular for a reason. The 4 walls were carrying the weight of the building. That's why it was called tubular, the tube of the walls. Now, you have 4 walls like this. You have to do something like that to stabilize those walls. If not, those walls will do this. What was performing that stabilizing function, that lateral support, were the floors. Now, the floors are actually suspended on steel works, on steel joists. When the planes hit up there in the top floor, they were carrying full fuel tanks, lots of flammable material up there. These fires are now raging fires. When the temperature reaches 1,500 degrees Fahrenheit, steel begins to buckle. That's what begins to happen to the floors up there. They begin to go like this, and then they come down like this, like this, like this, coming down to the lower floors that are not designed to carry the additional weight. It's coming down all the way to subterranean level. It was called the pancaking of the floors. You ever heard that expression? That's why. The floors are coming like a stack of pancakes. If you saw the towers collapse, the towers didn't explode this way. Right. The towers exploded this way. And that's why. That lateral support is giving way, and now the walls are doing this. That's why they went back to the old way of putting up a tower, which is lots of steel. Now, there is the Statue of Liberty. On the right front, it was placed at there in 1886, and again, the gift was from the French, celebrating